You don't like to be rated either.
I haven't met anyone yet who could do it. Any suggestions?
I can't tell till I've seen you over a distance of ground. You've got to touch a class, but I don't know how far you can go.
Oh, that depends on who's in the saddle. Well, Mr. Marlowe, I like the way you work. In case you haven't noticed, you're doing all right.
There's something I haven't figured out.
What makes me run?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll give you a little hint. Sugar won't work. It's been tried.
Then why did you try it on me for? Who told you to sugar me off this case? Is it Eddie Mars? All right, don't answer me. Somebody put you up to it. Wasn't your father. He didn't tell you to pay me off, did he?
No, he's not well. I make my own judgments.
Are you sure?
Well, it hasn't gotten me very far up till now, but...
What does Eddie Mars have to do with this case?
Nothing. He owns a gambling house. I play the horses. I play the wheel.
Playing something else, too.
What makes you think that you...
I don't mind talking. Let me do it. Did you know Eddie Mars' blonde wife that Sean Reagan was supposed to run off with?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Did you know he owned the house Geiger operated and was mixed up in that racket, too?
No. No, I don't believe it.
Why does that bother you so much?
It was dead good. It was like a thriller.
Yes, you'll have to go and see more.
I'm going to. Macbeth's a tragedy, isn't it? Right. Well, I just had to tell someone who'd understand.
I'm honored that you chose me.
Well, I better get back now. I've left a customer with the perm lotion. If I don't get a move on, there'll be another tragedy.
No, there won't be a tragedy.
There will, you know. I know this woman. She's dead fussy. If her perm doesn't come out right, there'll be blood and guts everywhere.
Well, it might be quite tragic, but there won't be a tragedy.
What?
Well, look, the tragedy of the drama has nothing to do with the sort of thing that you're talking about. Macbeth is flawed by his ambition, yes?
Yeah, go on.
It's that flaw which forces him to take the inevitable steps towards his own doom, you see? Whereas, Rita, a woman's hair being reduced to an inch of stubble or, the kind of thing you might read about in the newspaper that's billed as being tragic, man killed by falling tree, well, that's not a tragedy.
It is for the poor sod under the tree.
Well, yes, it is. It's tragic, absolutely tragic, but it's not a tragedy in the way that Macbeth is a tragedy. Tragedy in dramatic terms is inevitable. It's preordained. Look, now, even though never having heard the story of Macbeth, you wanted to shout out to warn him and prevent him from going on, didn't you? But you wouldn't have been able to stop him, would you?
No.
Why?
They would have thrown me out the theater.
No, but what I mean is, your warning would have been ignored.
You gotta understand this, you smug little ingrate. There is at least one reason why Beverly killed himself, and that's you. You think he would have done what he did if you was still here? No, just him and me. In the dark, left to ourselves, abandoned, wasted lifetimes devoted to your care and comfort. So stick that knife of judgment in me, you just go right ahead. But make no mistake, his blood is just as much on your hands as it is on mine. He did this, though. This is his doing, not ours. Can you imagine anything so cruel to make me responsible? And why? Just to weaken me? Just to make me prove my character? So no, I waited. I waited so I could get into that safety deposit box. But I would have waited anyway. You want to show who's stronger, Belle? Nobody is stronger than me, goddammit. When nothing is left, when everything is gone and disappeared, I'll be here. Who's stronger now, you son of a bitch?
No. You're right, Mom. You're the strong one.
Barbara, 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 please. Please, Barbara, please. Barbara, you in here?
The realization hits me heavily, like a 44 Magnum smashing into my skull. My heart starts beating with a quick dread and my blood freezes in my veins. My stomach does backflips. The ordeal I am about to face is one of the most chilling, grisly, and macabre experiences known to women. Dating. I will have to start dating again. Please, God, no. Don't make me do it. I'll be good from now on, I promise. I will stop feeding the dog hashish. I will be kind, thoughtful, sober, industrious, anything. But please, God, not the ultimate torture of dating. That's probably why I stayed with him for so long. I couldn't stand going through it all again. Sure, he might be a trifle wild and intractable, I kept telling myself, but at least I know I'll get laid tonight and tomorrow night. At least someone will go to the movies with me and not try to hold my hand. Handholding. The worst thing about dating.
I was 7 years old and a very fine judge of rocking horses. Golden Dancer had a bright red mane, blue eyes, and she was gold all over with purple spots. When the sunlight hit her stirrups, well, she was a dazzling sight to see. But she was a week's wages for my father, so Golden Dancer and I always had a plate glass window between us. But let's see, it wasn't Christmas. It must have been my birthday. I woke up one morning and there was Golden Dancer at the foot of my bed. Ma had skimped on groceries. My father had worked nights for a month. I jumped in the saddle and I started to rock. And it broke, split in two. The wood was rotten. The whole thing held together with spit and sealing wax, all shine and no substance. And that's how I feel about the demonstration that I saw tonight, Matt. All glitter and glamour. You say you're giving the people hope. I say you're stealing their hope. And as long as the prerequisite for that shining paradise is ignorance and bigotry and hate, I say the hell with it.
How's the good book, miss? And not that I ain't read it. That is to say, my poor old mom used to read me stories out of it. How about reading it aloud to use for some spiritual comfort myself. And you call yourself a Christian? Do you hear me? Do you? Do you? Huh? Why do you have to be so mean, miss? Man takes a drop too much once in a while. It's only human nature.
Nature, Mr. Allnut, is what we were put in this world to rise above.
Miss, I'm sorry. I apologize. What more can a man do than to say he's sorry? You've done paid me back. You didn't even leave me a drop. Have a heart, miss. Fair is fair.